moments at time. Like I
Yeah.
feel like SM2 is one of the most mainstream events you can name.
Hmm.
I could also say Till Death is like our rendition of SM2 to a certain degree in
Yeah.
regards to the mainstream appeal as well too. Um, but at the same time, I feel like there's a way you can have a mainstream appeal, but still kind of be somewhat true to what the sport and art form is about. Because like when they did UFF, they still had to craft their own material, and they still had to battle each other without rehearsing. I feel like there's a way we can emulate that but on a larger scale.
I don't think I will.
I,
I get what you mean, but if we like became like mainstream for real, and of course it's bittersweet, right? Because I would like to see battle rap at like the highest of highs because it's just
yeah,
amazing, right? But I also feel like I wouldn't like it as much anymore if like the grittiness or the saying whatever the fuck they want to say, like if that got watered down, I don't think I would be as interested. I'm not sure though, because people
it's
still say
crazy
great things
because
without like even without like the the disrespect or the
yeah,
grittiness and things like that. But certain people or like just certain moments, I
yeah.
enjoy that as well.
And I feel what you're saying. That's why a lot of people would say battle rap is a again, like I think shout out to Bad Money because I think he said this. He said that battle rap is kind of like hip hop's underworld, where like anything goes. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why people love it so much, and that's probably why it's a guilty pleasure for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because these people can say what they want,
Hmm.
and without any repercussions for the most part. um, but I do get what you're saying. That's why I'm saying it has to be a great balancing act, and I don't know if we have the formula for that balancing act yet. Um,
We don't.
but it's that, but then it's also I also think it's a professionalism thing too. Um, I think that we could have all the tools in the world to make it to that next level. Or let me say that we could have all the resources in the world to make it to the next level, but it's still on the performers and it's still on them to maintain that professionalism. And not to discredit anybody or talk down on anybody, I do feel like that's a tall task for some battle rappers.
Hmm.
Like I feel like there's a fair share of battle rappers that just have a hard time maintaining that professionalism, and
What? Well, how are you
that's
defining professionalism, Lane?
okay. So preparation is one.
Okay, I
Um,
like
Hmm.
that one.
Yeah.
preparation is one. I think preparation is one of the
It's
if you have a
paramount.
job to do,
Yeah,
if you have a job to do, you should be prepared to do that job. So that
agreed.
now things happen, 100%. Things happen, but if we're treating this like this is and again, it's an art form, it's a sport. But for some people, it's a job because they're making a living off of it, right? So if we're treating it like a profession, right? And I'm not gonna go too far into this because I'm not a battler and I know how battlers feel about a person that's not really a battle rapper having this conversation. But I'll just say from my point of view, um, preparation is a huge thing, and if there's a circumstance that comes up, you're supposed to reach out to the party that is employing you in that moment in time. There shouldn't be anything lost in translation in regards to what's occurring or what's not going to occur, and I feel like we get that a lot more than we should. So that's one thing. I would also say from a league standpoint, on their side too, consent is a huge thing too. Because I've heard plenty of battlers say that, hey, they put out this flyer and we didn't even sign a contract, we didn't even like get anything locked in. They just put out a flyer without my consent. Like I think it's both a battler and a battle league situation too. And then I will also say another thing that kind of keeps us from making it to the mainstream level. Um, and I hate to say this, I don't believe it's everything, but it's a huge part. Marketing and promotion. I feel like
I
when
agree.
I feel like marketing and promotion, even if it can be, it doesn't have to be a tedious thing if you don't make it a tedious thing. You can easily promote and market. Like I feel like caffeine did a good job of that with the billboards, with the commercials. Like I remember they gave the UM1 class a chance to promote themselves, like talk about why they're going to win the tournament, even small things like that. It doesn't have to be large scale, but just giving these guys the opportunity to market themselves. Like I think that's a huge thing. And but then again, right? It's not only on the leagues to give them that platform. These battlers have to do that as well too. They have to promo. People back in the day were just promoing just naturally. You know what I'm saying? So I would say promo and marketing on both ends is another thing too. So those are the three things that really stick out, especially when you're talking about this sport that's heavily predicated on fan engagement. So
That was good. Okay, okay. I do agree. Anything else, guys?
Nah, Lane, we ain't beat you up too bad today.
I mean, again, different opinions. And my thing is though, is that as long as we having a well civilized, because here's what I'm not for, right? We can have disagreements. You can say I'm crazy and all that, but as long as we're talking about the raps or the battles and stuff like that, that's fine. I just don't like it when it goes beyond that. Like that's what I'm not here for. That's why I really don't do spaces like that. But when I know I'm in a situation where we can have a civilized conversation, I'm always down to do that. So yeah.
I like the controversy. Put some more lists out.
No,
I
but like I said, I
I
don't
like
have
the dialogue though, for real, for real.
I
Regardless
don't
of like agreeing and stuff, I love debating. Like,
yeah. I don't have any more lists though, because that this is my whole rollout. Like when I do my channel, it's by season. Like I have a theme for every season. Like
mhm.
my first season, it was about who was the best in their sector of battle rap, like the top anglers, top punchers, top writers, stuff like that. Season two was like a mixed bucket of stuff. I was doing a lot of documentary work. I was doing a lot more interviews with battlers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
This year was more historical documentation and more rankings and hierarchy and stuff like that. Next year is going to be a broader conversation about things. Like I said, I have all time starting five for each league coming out in January, where I'm doing the
That's fun.
top five battlers for or in terms of what they contributed and what they did for the league coming out in January. And then I'll have more interviews. I'm reaching out to battlers to do interviews again. I'm going back to highlighting individual battlers, right? Like I have a Charlie Clips documentary coming out like mid to late 2025. I'm doing a bunch of different stuff next year. So you guys won't be seeing lists like that anymore, but you still see some talking points that you guys may want to discuss. I genuinely feel like this conversation about who's the top, because you guys recently had a conversation, if I'm not mistaken, about Lady Mount Rushmore, which I think is a great
Yeah.
conversation. And
What's
uh
yours?
Thank you.
I don't like doing Mount Rushmore because I feel like
Now you don't
um
like doing
no
them.
no, because if you watch, I've never done a Mount Rushmore video ever, never, and I never even like discussing it because I feel like Mount Rushmore is more about uh foundational elements and pieces, right? I like talking about overall body of work. I think that's a whole different discussion, and I prefer that discussion over Mount Rushmore discussion. So I never really wanted to buy into the Mount Rushmore discussion because I feel like there's so many things you have to.
All right, so overall bodies of work. What's your top four?
Well, you funny,
I'm
nah,
just, I'm just saying,
but
however you want to word it. Overall bodies of work. Your top four ladies. Go.
no, but hey, I'm gonna have a
Stuttering is
stepsister that
stuttering
was.
is
I'm about to
Would
the
you
best
say,
have
thing.
it? Would you have
yeah.
would you have my verse 40, not 40. Would you have my verse, Hustle, Jazz, and Bonnie as like the top four of all time? Or Mount Rushmore even?
My overall answer is no, but I'm not gonna go
Okay.
into detail as to who goes where and all
Okay,
that.
I don't need details.
But
I'm just
I'm just
curious.
saying if that's the four you chose, then no, that wouldn't
No,
be my
I
four.
absolutely didn't choose them, but somebody else did, so I was curious.
Right.
That's all.
I would like
But
to hear your four though. Like overall body of work. What would be your four?
body of work, we're not talking about Mount Rushmore. We're not talking about contributing. We're talking
Oh
about
my
body of
god.
work.
Overall
Um,
body of work. Like
I don't like doing this without had like doing like because
just
even though
off
I
the top
know
of
the
your
stuff.
head. We're not
I
gonna
don't like,
hold
but
you to it.
I don't like doing top off the head. I don't like doing off the top of my head.
Your battle rap
Very
knowledge your
methodical.
battle rap knowledge is too vast. Like I feel like just based off what you know and what you feel, you can name
Yeah,
four ladies.
I
You know,
can, but I want to consider everything. That's why when I make these videos, they take some time because I want to consider everything. I'm not just,
uh,
you know what I'm saying. But here's the thing though. I feel like what I'm doing in January is going to open a broader conversation, and I'll be ready to have that conversation then. But
hold
as
on,
of right
wait.
now,
Let me turn. Let me turn the music up so you could keep dancing around the question. Hold on, let me give you a little beat.
Nah, but again, like I'm like
Alexa, play He's a Runner, He's a Track Star.
nah, but as of right now, I want to have a conversation about leagues, man. I want to have a conversation about who contributed to which league and why they should be like if they had if you guys had a conversation about RBE and URL not too long ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit. Like who would we consider to be the five most pivotal battlers for that brand? I
He's
want to
the
have
first
that
in the ball.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? I want to have that conversation, and then we can filter into the other conversation because I guarantee that what I'm gonna say about like who would be the top five for each league, y'all not gonna agree with it, and that's fine. And y'all gonna agree with some of it. Maybe it would be a 60-40 split, but I mean,
Is RBE a legacy league?
we had this conversation, and actually I think you was on the phone, but we had this conversation. I don't even know how you could talk about battle rap without talking about RBE. Like, come on, like come on.
Do you think, as of right now, is it too soon to decide if Chrome is a legacy league or not, or do you think they've done enough or not?
Yes, and the reason why I say that is because I've seen leagues. Let me say this: I've seen leagues that have had major events and came and went. I don't want to, I don't want to throw out any names, honestly, but I do feel like you can have an impact on the culture with events, but a legacy league encompass a lot more than just having great events, if that makes sense.
So right now it's a no for Chrome.
I think they're a pivotal league now, yes, but legacy, I want to give it a little bit more time.
Absolutely not. Legacy.
I want to give it a little bit more time. I want to give it a little bit more time for sure. I will hold off a little bit.
It's not even I don't know. I wouldn't give anything legacy. This just me personally. It like 5+ years at least, like at the minimum, like to get the term legacy for me.
Yeah, I just try to look at the overall picture. What they contributed. How they influence and affect. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I gave an example.
To me, it's less about the time frame. It's more about, because I'm not mad at that though, Taty. I think 5 years is a good gauge, but for me, it's more about for you to be a legacy league, somebody's legacy has to reside there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to say they built and cultivated their legacy, or they took their legacy at least to the next level under your platform.
It's so tough because it's so tough.
But do it go to Easy? Because Easy and John was on the trenches. Easy and Reed was on the trenches. Easy technically only got, what is it, 2? Because him and Clips was on the trenches as well. Only him and Hitman and him and Geechee were on Chrome. He only has 2 on Chrome. The other ones were on the trenches.
And that's why I was asking, because I wouldn't have him like as to what you just described for a legacy league.
Can we because I think the boss made an interesting thing. Not that I agree, because we don't agree on much, but I think she made an interesting point though. So your claim is that a part of being a legacy league is having cultivated talent.
I didn't say that.
No, but I feel like you made an allusion to that a little bit. I
don't allude.
So what was the point? I'm sorry.
I'm just saying a battler somewhere should be able to say that their legacy was either built under your brand or taken to the next level under your brand. For example, we talked about Rosenberg not starting out at RBE. He has battles on the URL side of things, but Rosenberg for sure has battles that are pivotal to his legacy and his career, and he definitely built his brand and took his battle rap career to the next level on the RBE side of things, the A-Ward battle, the T-Rex battle, the Show Off battle, the Ill Will battle. That's where you see what I'm saying? So he can say that RBE is his legacy league. He can say that. Show Off can say, now the caliber of these people's legacies, that's subjectivity, right? But Show Off can say RBE is his legacy league. You know what I'm saying? So
I like the
Mhm.
fact that you said that, but then you also said either create like crafted or cultivated their legacy or took them to the next level because I think that's an
Right.
important part too. They may have already had like a foundational pieces where like their profile was built, but then they may have went somewhere else and their legacy just grew tenfold.
Because
I mean,
QB has some significant battles on the RBE side as well, so they could be a legacy league for her also.
She only had like what, two?
On
she's had more
RBE,
than two. She's
and
had
she
more than
got more
two.
than two
She
battles on
had like
RBE.
Caution,
I well, I
RX,
only
Robin
seen like
Rhymes,
three.
official,
Charlie Clips.
Shane, Bonnie Godiva. She has at least seven.
Oh
Yeah,
Seven.
damn! I
Yeah.
don't even know if I
yeah.
seen all of them. I know I seen her in Charlie Clips. I seen her, and I believe maybe Robin Rhymes, and I seen her in A Ward.
Now she was one of the main gunners over there. I mean
Mhm.
her and official had a dope battle.
How
Like I
long ago
said,
was that?
Yeah,
I don't remember the battle.
once she
her and
separated from
official.
Queen of the Ring, RBE became her home.
Yeah. Oh, her Arsenal. That's a mega one for
Oh
her.
I
yeah,
Her
I
know.
Arsenal
forgot
was
about
another
that.
one
I
I
too.
forgot
said
about
her
that.
and RJ. I must ain't heard me, but yeah, her and
Yeah,
but
my
that's
I
what I'm
fault.
forgot
saying.
about that. But yeah.
Once her and Queen of the Ring had they little hiccup, RBE
Yeah.
became 2B home for a nice little minute.
Well, the thing about QB, which I thought was interesting, and shout out to Jazz for taking the time to kind of like highlight her legacy and her contributions. I thought that was a dope thing to do. I think it's greater when a counterpart is doing that for another counterpart because it shows like the genuine care for that. But the thing about QB is that like she has had an impact on multiple leagues. And I feel like you can say grind time, you can
For
say
Queen
sure.
of
the
the Ring,
ring, you
URL.
For
could
sure.
say because she was because I think a lot of people forget, not you ladies, but a lot of people forget how dominant she was on Queen of the Ring. You know what I'm saying? Like the Don Lady battle,
Absolutely.
the mega the huge, one of the biggest grudge matches ever with her and Hustle. A lot of people forget that.
That's
And
actually
then
my favorite QB battle. Is her and Hustle. That's my favorite QB battle.
and I love the fact that they dapped it up at the end. That was dope. But then she goes to RBE and really like sets like a female presence over there. Intergender battles amongst other ladies too. Like I'm not gonna lie, she was a huge part of the RBE framework as well too, with the Arsenal battle, with the official battle,
And
with
my
even Caution. I feel like her performance versus Caution was a very important performance for her because you got to remember at that time they was really trying to push Caution over the
I
hump as
did
like
see that
the
one too. I
main
forgot about that battle.
prospect
And
there.
QB wasn't good before that. Like I'm just keeping it all the way
Oh
a
my
book.
god,
Her the rapping. No, I'm gonna be honest. But she wasn't good before that. But that Causey battle, I was like, nah. If QB rap like this all the time, I would be a diehard QB fan.
she was good. She was good versus Arsenal, and she was good versus Official. Come on now,
Okay, I
don't do
didn't. I
that.
didn't.
I don't
Okay,
know
so when
if
I say
it's
she
me.
wasn't good
Okay,
before
so
that,
correct me if
go
I'm
ahead.
wrong, right? I thought like she have a long sit down for a few years before she got to RBE, right? Because she didn't just go
It was
straight to
because if well she
RBE.
was on she was I want to say for a little bit I don't think it was nothing crazy, maybe a year and a half or two because I remember she was on No Holds Barred on Queen of the Ring and then her first battle on RBE if I'm not mistaken was official 2016, 2015. I think it was 2016. I think it was 26. So a little bit of time, but not a major gap. She didn't take like a major hiatus. I feel like a major hiatus is like 3 or 4 years. Like Iron after Mook, he took like 3 years off. That's a major hiatus. A year and a half, 2 years is not crazy. And that time she was still like a top
Oh, I
caliber.
remember her in official now. Okay, I just went to look at the
Uh-huh.
little
Yeah,
picture. Okay, I remember. I remember. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
but she didn't take like a crazy time off. She took a little bit of time off. And again, I think that breaks um for the ladies are different for the men because like because again at one point in time mega matches were happening like every other year or every 2 years or whatever. At that time she's already faced what I'm saying like a lot of top caliber MCs, so
I forgot
and she
her
kind
and
of needed her
Shayna
percent.
too. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I might have forgot some QB history. I remember these battles.
Yeah, but yeah, QB is a lady that has um some contributions on multiple leagues, and I think there's a bunch of battlers actually that has contributed a great deal of things on multiple leagues. I think Hitman is an example of that. What made that bar so powerful when he says I have a Hall of Fame career on multiple leagues is because there's actual like legitimate stats behind that. Like you could
Right.
make
He spits
argument
facts.
that. I know the boss he like that point, but yeah, he has legitimate points behind that too. And yeah, there's a couple people that you could argue they have like legitimate like cases of being like a top 5 caliber battler on multiple leagues. So
Do you think Sharon can say that for like his URL battle?
no. And
Okay.
I'm not trying to be blunt. I just in comparison to
We prefer
Don't be
Blunt over
Yeah.
here. Yeah, we prefer Blunt over here.
But I'm not trying to shut him out. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I think in comparison to the other Euro counterparts, I feel like there's a significant gap. I think King of the Dot, on the other hand, you can't talk about King of the Dot without Sharon. That goes without saying. But on
What
URL,
about Real Deal? Do you think Real Deal could claim both what he did on URL? Clearly, he can claim what he did on KOTD. That's not a question.
He's had impactful battles on multiple leagues, but again, if we're because how I'm going to cultivate it is like who's contributed the most for that league. So if we're having that conversation, I mean, obviously, Real Deal wouldn't be in that conversation, in my opinion.
Well, no, I'm saying more about like who can like. Because I'm trying to consider people, right? I'm just saying not just who just had battled on other leagues, right? So I want to take into consideration the people on the KOTD side that came over to the URL side and made an impact,
is one of them.
And then or the people who came from the URL side and went over to the KOTD side and made an impact.
Or RB.
You know what I'm saying? Or the RBE side and made an impact. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like. So I'm just trying to consider both, because other than like Real Deal, Pat Stay, Sharon, Disaster, it's not a whole lot of KOTD battlers who have come over to the URL side of things. So it's really just like a handful. So I'm just wondering, do you feel like their impact is enough to where they can claim success or claim dominance or anything on both? Like how you said, it's multiple battlers.
Okay. See, dominance is a strong word. I would say they can claim success on multiple leagues for sure. Dominance is a different conversation. I feel like that encompasses more than just it encompasses more than just having a good battle over there. I think having a presence is a different conversation. I feel like a presence is a different thing. I feel like Tay-Rock, Geechee, because Geechee also was a person that kind of like was on KOTD first. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, he was on KOTD. He also had like other local work that he was doing at the time too. Did the PG on URL.
Nitty started with AHAD and KOTD.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying. So there are people like those two right there. You could argue they had a presence on both King of the Dot and URL, but I would venture to say I feel like Rum Nitty's presence on King of the Dot is a little bit higher than Geechee's. I feel like he already gave you work against Arsenal, B Magic, a lot of Zay, the Danny Myers battle that Taty was talking about was a legendary battle. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that.
How you feel about B Dot?
I thought B Dot has success on both sides. Now if you want to say he was more successful on King of the Dot, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, he had more blemishes on URL, right? But I would say
he had more. You think he was more successful on KOTD than he was on URL?
I don't.
I think his status grew on URL for sure. But if we're talking about just just blemishes and stuff like that, because he never because I know I know you heavily critique the choking aspect of things, but he never choked on King of the Dot. He never took like a clear loss, in my opinion, on King of the Dot. I know people argue the Verb battle, but I never thought that was a clear loss. I had Verb winning, but I didn't think that was a bad look for him. But on URL, But on URL, right, I can point to the JC battle and be like, or I can point to like the Chilla battle where he choked in the second, or the stumble that he had against Charlie
And
Clips.
Charlie
You know
Clips
what I'm
had to
Well,
saying?
yeah,
beat
he's
him.
definitely had
He had more
more
blemishes.
like you.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, he's had more inconsistencies on URL, but I also feel like, to me, it's overall weight, right? So to me, the
Yeah.
blemishes that he's had on URL does not even come remotely close to the
Impact.
impact.
That he
Because
had on URL.
because
Okay.
when people talk about the monumental B dot battles and
Yeah.
rounds and things like that, they're gonna
Yeah.
talk about EK. They're gonna talk about Saga. They're gonna talk about, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even
Yeah.
the T top. So in the AF battles, and so I feel like his, as far as like the impact and the
Mhm.
potency and even the material, I feel like his overall body of work on
Mine
URL
would be
to me
better, but
outweighed. Say it again.
no, it would be better, but at the
Yeah,
same time, I know people view it from a standpoint of like how their status look, and again, I feel like what like, and no slight to Loso, right? But I'll use him as an example. I feel like people looked at Loso different when he came over to URL and started losing. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that kind of was the same thing for B Dot too. Like when he was on King of the Dot, then he came over. He had some good battles, but when he started to like lose or stumble or whatever, it kind of looked different. But if you're saying holistically, yes, I think that he's
I'm
had
about to
more
say, yeah,
impact
and
on
Clips choked
URL.
in that battle too. I still thought B dot beat
He
Clips.
did.
I thought B dot beat Clip. They both choked. It is what it is. But B dot was better in that battle to me. So I thought B dot got
Yeah,
Clips. I thought he got Av. I love Av, but he already know. I thought he got Av. I thought he got T top. Him and
him and
Saga.
D.
I don't really care how you splice that because of
Yeah,
how amazing that battle was. JC got him for sure.
he
But you
beat
know what
Mike
I'm saying. So
P.
yeah, you see what I'm saying. So I don't think
Yeah,
it, even when you go to like a win loss ratio, I don't think
it's not crazy.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I think B Dot would be able to do that because I
they
also
yeah
think that URL for sure like elevated his status and his fan base as well and
yeah
his impact. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think
yeah.
had he not left, he left on the brink of battling Surf. That's what I'm saying. That's who
That's
he was
a
going. That's who he was booked
yeah.
to battle before he took his hiatus. So and you know, and no, like we ain't stupid. So you know, Lux wasn't too far after that, depending on how that battle would have went or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. I think B Dot. I think B
No,
Dot did.
he has a case. He has a case. I just think the way he was viewed was depending on who you ask. You know what I'm saying? Was different. But I will also say like someone like Danny is a person that has had success on both sides, in my opinion. But I would say his profile grew tremendously on URL. Um,
Absolutely.
the multiple Cody runs that he was on the verge of winning, but then something came up. Like even that has impact in its own story. But like from 2019 on, I mean, Danny is like really built his profile. That's why the Tay Rock battle was so monumental because it was this long journey for him to even get to or get like major looks on URL because he had a PG against what's his name? I think it was I know his last name is Minor, but he battled that guy in a PG in like 2013, but then it took him like and he was also in UFF as well too, UFF season 2. But then it took him quite some time to get the Rex battle. You know,
Right.
he was doing the traffic battles against the Steams, against the Danger Zones, or not Steams, against Danger Zone. And then I feel like he finally made the transition over once he battled Shine on Smack Volume 1. And then from there, he really hasn't looked back. I thought that he kind of like started to rack up a couple of notable wins or notable
So do you feel
performances.
like, because I like Tati's question still. So if you have a lead, a battler like I'll say like a Chilla Jones or like
Yeah,
a Cortez who has a lot of battles on both sides. Chilla has been on
yes,
URL, Chilla has been on KOTD. Same with
yeah.
Cortez, right? And but then you have a battler like I don't want to say Tay Rock because that's not fair. But you
Yeah,
have
it's not fair.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to say Rock. I want to say somebody else on URL, but they have been housed primarily, and I don't want to say Surf either
I would
because that's
say
not fair.
I think a good example would be I think Ab has primarily been housed on URL. I
Right.
would
So like an
say
Av. So would you
yeah.
put them? Would you put them over Av because of the their work is
diversified.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they have great battles, or at least I know Cortez had a couple contentions for the chain over there. You know, same with Chilla. So would you put them over Av for that reason?
Not for that reason. I think there's other things you have to consider.
Well,
And
wait. So you got them over Av though?
No. But I'm saying, wait, if you're saying solely that,
right.
if you're saying solely that reason, I would say no. But I think there's a lot of things you have to consider. I do think that there's something to praise for having a myriad of different opponents across multiple leagues, across multiple countries, or across, you know what I'm saying? Like it shows your versatility, and also shows that you're adaptable and you're able to be you regardless of where you're at. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a dope thing to see. But for that to solely be the reason that someone's over another, I don't agree with that. I feel like there's people that have done more with less, and I feel like, you know, I feel like that could merit someone being over another person. So no, I don't think that just because you battled across multiple leagues, you're automatically over someone else, or you automatically have merit over someone else, even if they only been on one league. Especially if they've been battling all the top guys on that one league. You know what I'm saying? Like when you speak about Av, you're talking about, and I think that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, gotta understand this guy has a resume. You feel me? Like Math Hoffa, T-Top, Charlie Clips, Arsenal, and I can keep going. Geechee Gotti,
You can.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Tay-Rock.
Tay-Rock as an SM headliner. So you got to contextualize, because yes, on paper you can say, oh, this guy's been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He's not just on one league. But I can also say that Av has probably battled like 18 to 20 Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? Or 15 if we're being more technical. 15 to 20 Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I don't think solely just because you've been on multiple leagues means that you're over someone else. To answer your question.
Now think about this one before you answer it. Can a female be ranked top 50 battlers of all time if they only battle women? If they don't have any men on their resume? Or I won't even say no men at all. Let's say they don't have any top tier men on their resume. Do you foresee that being a possibility? Can they still get in the top 50?
There's other variables at play. I think impact, influence on the sport plays a role. I think that and it's funny.
But can you have those things without any of the top men at all?
It's tough. I do think that's a case by case scenario. I feel like it kind of links toward a couple ladies, right? But it's a tough thing to do. It's a very tough thing to do, and I think that speaks to how great they are if they're able to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't honestly. It would take a special case, but we have battlers that have a case in making that having a profile that can make that. But it would take a special case for sure. Because
Who?
You're funny. You're so funny.
No, I'm genuinely asking who.
No,
you said we have battlers that could make that.
I feel like, well, I mean, everyone knows that we made a list not too long ago, and E-Heart was on the brink of making that list. Now, granted, she has
K-Shine.
She had K-Shine for sure,
right? So I'm asking, without any top men on your resume at all, regardless to the outcome. I'm not talking about the outcome of the battles. Right. I'm saying without any top tier men at all on your resume.
That means that it's just tough, because I think that this is why this hypothetical thing is so crazy. Because I feel like it would take them having to be extremely impactful in each of those outings, and them going against all the other top ladies. And honestly, man, I don't foresee that happening, because a lot of things take place, right? Like we still don't. And again, I know people are gonna be mad at me for saying this. We still don't have Misfit and Jazz, and I feel like that's a battle that's missing. You know what I'm saying? So
missing from what?
I don't think it's necessary.
That's what I'm. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying just an example of that. It's like
Jazz has surpassed that battle. Like Misfit is like, and this is no.
This is why I want to say it. I shouldn't have said that. But that's my example, right? It's like
does that battle help I don't think that battle does anything for Jazz. Like
I think
when
it
I say a
does. I think it
literal nothing,
does.
I think
I
it
mean,
does
she
nothing for
doesn't
Jazz.
need it. Okay, here's the thing. She doesn't need it. I
It,
can say that.
that means it does
She
nothing.
she doesn't need it, but that doesn't necessarily like okay. Example. Hitman doesn't necessarily need the Mook battle, but it does something for him. Like he doesn't need the battle, but it does something for him.
Comparing
This
Misfit to
doesn't
Mook is
listen.
insane.
I'm gonna tell you
I'm
why,
just
Lang.
saying, like need is a strong word, 100%. But I'm saying like to say it doesn't do nothing. I don't
I
agree
don't
with
think
that.
it. So here's why. Go ahead.
It would be a battle like just like if you want to see it because at
Like
some
Cortez
point
and Surf.
everybody wanted to see it, then okay, cool. Yeah, it's like Cortez and Surf though. Like it's like I get it for the history why the battle should happen, but at this point, Jazz has surpassed that type of battle because she battled all these top tier men and has been
Well,
dominating
another example I could use.
as well as dominating with the ladies as
Right.
well. So it's like it's not necessary
Well, here's the
at
And
thing.
all.
on top of that, you got to think Misfit been gone for how long? So if Misfits comes back, we
Sometimes
get
you
the
gotta
Jazz.
pop
And
out and show niggas, man.
I'm just saying they booked the Jazz and Misfit battle. If Jazz clears Misfit,
It does nothing.
you know, like I don't know. Don't leave when
Okay,
we
what if
turn the
Misfit
stove up,
clears
Lane.
Jazz though?
I'm bringing them back up. Come back up here.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I would even say like Couture versus Jazz would do something for both of
Hold
them,
on.
even though you could say that battle is not needed. You could say that, but I'm saying like you could say it's not needed, but at the same time, I think it does something for them though.
So
Like,
if Misfit clears Jazz, there's no outcome. Like it's just Jazz is still where she's at. It's no nothing.
Absolutely.
But it does something.
Absolutely.
It bigs up Misfit more, like, but it doesn't hurt Jazz
At all.
It doesn't hurt
But
her at
there's still
all.
an effect.
At
It's still an
all.
effect though. Like I don't know about that.
So what does it do to her? Does it drop
I
her
was just
bag?
gonna
Does
say,
it
so
mean
what
she
does
don't
it
get?
do?
Does it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does it drop her bag now? Is she no longer top
I
tier?
feel
Is
like
she no longer
does
God tier?
nothing.
Is she no longer
no,
on Mount Rushmore?
no.
Does she
But
not deserve the next
Hold
matchup?
on, Jazz is God
no,
tier.
but it doesn't do
Jazz
nothing.
is definitely God tier.
I'm
Not
saying
even a
here's what I'm
question.
saying.
Oh, that's an argument for another day. Trina's
Here's
wild.
what I'm saying.
Trying to
She in her
troll.
troll bag. She in her troll bag. Taty.
I'm not in
Here's
that
what I'm
troll
saying though.
bag. I mean,
Yes, you is.
whatever.
Jazz is
Let's
for
make this
sure
clear.
God
I'm never
tier.
getting out of my troll bag, but I'm not trolling when I'm asking that.
No, I wanted to say something really quick because I feel like when it comes to that, it's like okay, if you're saying status wise, it won't change your status. But I feel like if you take a clear loss against another top caliber opponent, it does something. I can't act like
So
it doesn't.
tell me what? Tell me what then?
Nothing.
Well, for one,
don't
it for
do
sure.
nothing.
But my thing is like if for well, I think it changing the landscape of someone else's career that means something. Like I feel like if Misfit was to beat Jazz, clearly that would mean something. Especially when we're saying that Jazz doesn't really take that many clear L's against her lady counterparts. That
Well,
means
no,
something.
the argument was never that it wouldn't do any.
I mean,
The
it's gonna
argument
put a
was never
chink in
that
her
it wouldn't do
armor.
anything for Misfit. That was never the argument. I'm
It's-
asking, good or bad,
It
what
doesn't
does it do
but
for
It would-
Jazz? Good or
It
bad?
would put a chink in her armor.
it doesn't-
Let's keep it a bit.
it doesn't change. That's
It
what
would not put
change her
not nan
status.
chink.
It doesn't
It's
change her
straight
status,
up.
but it's a blemish.
No,
Like, you
it's
know
straight
this, like,
up, girl.
This
It
is
doesn't
just
change
for
her
sake of
status, but it's a blemish.
conversation, right?
Hold on.
So we
Lane,
just
you said
saying
it
if
changes
she
her status.
No. I said it may
Absolutely.
not. No.
I'm
That's
sorry,
not what I
Taty.
said. I said it doesn't necessarily
No,
change her
you're not.
status,
Yes,
but
I
it does
am.
mean something in that, like when you have those type of like for instance, right? You could like I feel like you could have a situation where a top caliber solidified MC is already solidified. I already said that. That's whatever. But if they lose a battle against another top caliber opponent,
Mhm.
right? It may not necessarily change the fact that they're a legend. It won't change the fact that they're a top tier guy, that they're going to be a headliner. But it does affect them in some way because we can point to that battle and be like, "Hey, you lost clearly to this
Facts.
person."
The
That
only
means
thing.
something.
Thank you, Lane.
Listen,
Thank you, Lane.
no, it's not a thank you. Literally, the only thing that it would ever do is and this is hypothetical because I would never have Misfit beating Jazz,
Same.
but just hypothetically, right? It would only be okay. Misfit won that battle against Jazz, and that would we
And
would move
this would
on.
be
It
Jazz's
wouldn't have
like
no
this would be a
crazy.
huge grudge match for Jazz too, though. That's another thing that I'm considering. This would be like a huge grudge match for Jazz. So
She
that
don't
means
really
something.
take grudge matches. I wasn't going to say nothing, but
She don't really have grudges like that with people though.
I mean,
Also,
she
Yep.
got the grudge with Miss
but
Hustle, and she
okay,
got the
But
grudge
they
with
already
Misfit.
battled.
they
All
already
right,
battled
and
though.
we and
But
So
I'm
we
saying
and we
Misfit
talk
Misfit
about
would
the
be like
rematch
a
all the time, ladies. No,
okay,
let's not do that, ladies.
okay, but
I
this
cannot
this is the
stand
thing.
her.
I can't stand her either. This
Let's
is the
not do
thing.
that,
Even if
ladies.
so, listen. But even if she hasn't had any grudge matches or whatever, right? Because she didn't already battled most of them. Most of the she didn't already battle all the top tier or god tier ladies for real. But so
but
it's
besides Couture, I feel like Couture is
besides
another
Couture,
lady,
Couture
you
is
know.
different though. That's on Couture that she don't come outside like that. That's not on Jazz's behalf
No, it's
either.
not on her, but but I'm saying that's another high caliber battle on the table that I would want
What
her to take
what
for sure.
I'm saying is the battles that Jazz has taken with the women, we only speaking on the women right now, right? With the women, she has battled them when they were at their highest as well. So that absolutely counts to everything for me because it's not like
Yeah,
she took Shayna when she was at her highest. She took
absolutely,
QB when she was at her highest. She took
absolutely
Hustle when she was at her highest. She took
official.
Official when she exactly. I could
Steve
keep
Mm,
going.
Hart had
Those
a
are
yeah.
all
great run in
losses
2016.
for
Those
But
were
here's the
all
thing.
losses. Girl, I'm gonna drop you. That's cap.
But here's the
She
thing,
took
though.
her like yeah. So we could continue, but
But here's the thing, though. But that doesn't take away from the fact that if her and Misfit gets booked, that's a
and
grudge match, and it means something. That means something. If her and Couture or her and Misfit get booked, that means something.
if
Especially
it
if
got
For
announced,
grudge
we would
purposes,
want to
yes.
see it, but it doesn't.
But it
Like it
don't.
means something, so I don't want to take away from that, right? It absolutely would still mean something, right? But if she was to lose, I don't even like saying that too much because
her
that's
status is not going to
crazy.
change.
But
That's what I acknowledge.
Nothing. Not
But
just
not
her
even just
status.
her status.
Nothing.
That's what exactly. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. It would just be like, oh well, Jazz.
But there's a lot of solidified legends that take losses that matter, though. Like that's why when we say nothing changes, they still get the same money. They're still going to be headlining. I already conceded that part. But what I am saying is, it does matter, though. At the end of the day, even if you want to say nothing changes, it still matters.
It
yeah,
matters.
I
It,
think
it
we're going to
puts
have
an
to come
L on it,
to agree to
but that's
disagree,
literally it.
ladies.
Yeah, because they
It's literally it. It's not going to like. I don't know what y'all
It
really
will have
for.
it
It's
will
not
have
making
some
sense.
kind of impact though.
No, it'll
Mm-mm.
be good for the other person for real.
Is that impact
For them,
in
it does
general?
nothing for her. It's no impact for her.
Right. Our argument
But
was
if we
always that
can
it
point
does
to that,
it
nothing
was gonna
good
yeah,
or bad
matter.
for
if we
Jazz.
can point
Nothing
to
good
that,
or bad for Jazz.
right, and
But they
if we
always kind
can
of make
point
it trying
to
to make it seem like it doesn't matter at first. That's why I was
No, the
disagreeing
argue. No,
with.
no. So,
No,
okay, so listen. Stop. What y'all? You can't say what somebody made it seem like when somebody made a direct statement. The direct statement was taking Misfit does absolutely nothing for Jazz. You took that and did something else with it, but that was always the
But
statement,
but
she
and I
my
haven't heard
she
but I
anything
feel
to the
like
she
contrary
needs
yet.
this is
a grudge under her belt. Like, come on
no,
now.
she
Why?
doesn't, because it doesn't matter. Now I'm saying it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't matter. She has already done enough, and I'm ignoring Katrina from here on out. But it doesn't matter because she has already done enough. Like,
she's done a
so
lot.
if those two battles got booked with her and Couture, her and Misfit, it would be like okay, like everybody would still want to see it, everything like that. But she doesn't have to battle them. Like it doesn't matter at this point if she battles them or not. Because she's already
Uh,
been dominating. It does not matter. That's not a necessary battle to her career at this point. Period.
her and her.
It's not necessary. It's not a high demand battle. It's not. It's not. It would
And
be great if
I
they
hear
did
what you're
happen, but
saying, but
girl, stop talking to
oh,
me.
all right.
Uh-uh.
All right, we can
Oh, all right.
No, this
we
is
can
this is what we do, Lane. This is what we do, Lane.
yeah. Nah, we can shift over to. All I'm saying is though is
Lane
that
think it's gonna get ugly up in here.
nah. But I will say this though. I do think that there's a world where a solidified legend or solidified star can take a loss and it means something. It may not change what they get paid. It may not change how people view them. It may not even change their ranking per se. But but I do feel like it does mean okay.
It
Let me put it to you
overall
like this:
matters to the
when
culture.
right, because I feel like when and I know the boss not
Yeah,
gonna
put
like
that
this
100
example, but
down.
I'm gonna use this example. Hitman and
Be
Easy
careful.
was an
Be careful.
impactful battle. Hitman and Easy was an impactful battle, right?
Uh-huh,
A very
uh-huh.
impactful battle. That battle did not change how we viewed Hitman, or it did not change him being a top 5 battler of all time. It did not change him being one of the biggest draws. It didn't change anything of that. But that's still
Uh-huh.
an impactful battle, 100%.
Right.
Even if you
Right.
want to say Hitman was solidified.
Right. No, but again, neither of our statements. Well, I know Tati changed hers at the end there, but my original statement and still statement is not about the impact of the battle. A battle can have impact. I said it does nothing good or bad for Jazz, and
No,
I
I
still
still stand with that.
yeah, and I still
That's not what
firmly
I
I
said.
mean,
believe
but we
that because
gotta
they can
kind of
have the battle even if Misfit beats Jazz. First of all, we're talking about Jazz who almost I'm gonna step out on a limb because I crunch numbers kind of fast. Who factually has the highest win loss percentage? Well, nah, not maybe not because I know last year she took a couple L's, but it's between her and Hustle. It's between
She
her and
only
Hustle
has them two like she has Big K and Official.
and Nitty.
Call it what you want,
we
debatable.
we
Yeah, I was
gotta
definitely
kind
about to
of
say
But
try
no,
to
I'm just
Nitty.
like
saying.
curb
But
our
either way, it's
bias.
basically between her and Hustle. Literally have the highest winning percentage
Mhm.
of the ladies for real, for real. So even if Jazz was to take a clear loss to Misfit, which again I do not see happening, but if that
Mhm.
was to happen and she takes a clear loss to Misfit, like it's still like okay, cool. She lost one out of how many battles? Like it doesn't like it still doesn't. It's like okay, cool. You can say okay, Jazz lost to Misfit. Okay, and when you say that, I'm going to name all of the other battles that she won with tougher comp.
You know
So
what's
I think
crazy?
it's
Okay,
like we're gonna have to try to start to curb our bias when we have these conversations
my bias is
because
out the
when we're
window.
Girl,
discussing the
this.
context
Ooh, I was
of the
gonna say a
content,
curse word because you know
when
what's
The
we're
cursed
what?
over
The
here
what?
already.
when we're
My
What
discussing
just
the
my
happened?
bias is
context
out the
of the
window.
content, I think it's
Mhm.
important for us to kind of put
What
our
you talking
Girl.
bias
about? The
to the side
context of the
so we
content.
can judge effectively.
Okay, so listen, I'm ignoring Katrina once again,
Yeah,
but
cause you definitely trolling.
yeah, but Fila said in the comments it would more she means it would be more I guess if Jazz lost a battle to somebody she was passing the torch to, right? And I agree with that. I feel like it would have more impact if she lost to maybe when her and Shay Rack battle versus her in a
Facts.
Misfit or her in a Couture.
Facts. Especially considering first Misfit being gone for this long could work a couple different ways. One, you've been sitting back chilling while Jazz been outside more than ever. You
Facts.
better have the best material of your life when you come back and battle
Mm-hmm.
her because you have no reason not to. Meanwhile, Jazz been battling everybody, men, women, top tier, god tier, giving shots, low tier, rookies,
Mm-hmm.
winning Wody, whatever you want to call it. She's been out here doing all of that. So you better come back with the best stuff you've ever written in your whole entire life.
Period.
So,
That was ate that up.
but
Next.
I got
No,
Jazz
it's just
30,
that
and I
I
don't
got
want a
Lang
Jazz
and
kid
I
for
are
too.
real.
not going to keep going back and forth with y'all. So it's
Lang
like
and I is
let's go
crazy.
to the next
Mhm.
topic.
Again, but I do think that I do think that the boss did make a good point in that it doesn't really it won't really affect Jazz in the grand scheme of things. I can agree
That's
on that.
all I'm saying. Yeah, Katrina.
But
I mean, and I've
I do think
already
it's impactful
conceded to
though.
that point, right? But
Yeah.
it still matters to the
You
culture.
And I want to be clear because the boss misspoke about me because I
I
never
knew you
changed
was
what.
going to. I knew you was going to
Yeah, I
address
gotta double
that.
back.
I
I gotta double back.
knew.
I never changed anything I said originally.
I mean,
I
stand on it. You
absolutely
changed
still
your
feel
statement at the
like
end.
I am, and I absolutely still feel like it would not have any impact for Jazz, negative or positive, right?
Mhm.
For a misfit or a couture at this point in her career. I do as well feel like that those are not battles that need to happen for her. It doesn't matter if she battles them or not at this point. Those
Yep.
are two different points. So just clearing that up.
It doesn't
Thank
make
you.
you less of a jazz fan just because you changed your statement at the very end. It's no big deal.
Well, you know who else I am the biggest fan of? Eunice, and that's something you would never
Girl,
have
you can
over me,
have
babe.
him. Yeah,
That's,
I'm
and
wanting
I
some.
already, I
I'm
mean,
wanting
it's not a
something.
have, but
From
I
now
mean,
on,
yeah,
I'm gonna make sure that the same way I uplift the Eunice, I'm gonna uplift Gorilla.
that's what you
What?
should.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Union, though,
But I
Lang,
uplift both of them without
you
comparing them as
absolutely
well.
do, Queen.
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you put Eunice
Catrina.
and Nitty on there that fast?
Give me 1 second. I'm moving around. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
Now you
because
You
moving
ain't
just
moving.
around.
by the way,
Wait, put us on what?
you
What you
don't
mean?
make fufu
Check
with
the
goat.
jumbotron,
Look in the
Union. We got the
You
top
don't
jumbotron.
make
top 50
fufu with
battles
goat, but
of
I'll
the
digress.
2020.
Katrina, we ignoring you.
That's fine. You don't make fufu with goat, but I'll digress.
Oh, who? All right, I'm not gonna fact check you on that. But anyways, oh, me and Hansel made it. Let's
You
go.
eat
Okay.
fufu with goat, but you don't make it with goat, my friend.
My
All right.
friend.
She wanna troll so bad.
Okay. Honorable mentions. Okay.
Yeah, but
Who'd you
we trying
have
to get
winning
that
the battle?
we trying to
Like
get that honorable mention taken off.
Why?
It's too soon, man. That battle just dropped. We don't know if that's top 50 honorable mentions.
who who'd you have winning that battle?
Remember,
By
it
the
just
way,
happened
like
less than a week ago.
Just hold it down. How about
sometimes
that?
it's one
I
of them
had Nitty
ones.
30. I had Nitty 30, Katrina.
That's cool, but nobody believes you. So,
No, I
anyways,
didn't. I already tweeted I had Eunice 2-1.
Okay,
In case
I
my
had Eunice 3-0.
in case my phone dies, so I'm running to a charger. I had Eunice with the slight edge, second and third, but very great battle.
You gave Nitty the first. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's what
That's consensus for real. I
I'm
had it the
saying.
same
Did you
way.
give Nitty the first when he said I gave Eunice the second and third? Insane.
That's fair. That's fair.
What was your question though? I wasn't
No,
really
I
trying
asked
to do it.
why you put Eunice and Nitty on there so soon? That battle ain't even a week old. Like you ain't let it marinate good.
Well, like I said, man, by 2029, this list will probably look completely different because you gotta let things marinate for sure, and feelings change over time and all that. But as far as I'm concerned, right now, it was a great battle, and I felt like it was good enough to be honorable mention.
So basically, you
But
just
him and
fuck with
Hustle
the
wasn't.
battle.
I thought like I said, him and Hustle was pretty close to being an honorable mention as well too. I really liked that battle as well. So yeah,
Which battle do you think is better?
which battle I think is better?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough because I feel like they both. Um, it's tough. Well, obviously, I have Eunice and Nitty over it, but the thing about it is, though, I feel like they both function similarly because I feel like people are looking at Eunice different because of the Nitty battle, just like they looked at him
Mm-hmm.
differently after the Hustle battle. So both of them serve kind of the same purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But I think material wise, I might prefer Nitty and Eunice a little bit more. I thought Eunice was actually better against Nitty than Hustle. I might be on the
Mm-hmm.
island in that regard, but
No, I
yeah.
agree. I like that better a lot.
Okay, so I
I
want to
like it
pivot.
better.
I want to pivot a little bit. If
Yeah.
anybody want to drop, they can, Lane, because we cover a myriad of topics. How do y'all
Oh
feel
Lord.
about?
Thank you for your time,
Yeah,
Lane.
I mean,
Please
you're
Oh,
stay.
okay.
welcome to
It's my
feel
time
free
to
to
go.
stay.
Okay, I
No,
respect
no,
it.
no,
Feel free to
it's
stay,
not your
but
time to go. You can stay, but once you hear
It's
what we finna transition to, you might want to go. But I would
it's
love
not
to.
battle rap.
No, it is. It's battle rap. But I'm saying
Okay.
I would love to hear your take if you wanted to share it. I want to know how do y'all feel about two things? One, about just in general, now that everything is public, Remy hosting the Easy
I
and
knew you
Suge
was
face
going to
off.
ask about
And
this.
then
I was
Mm-hmm.
two,
ready to ask about that. I was
yeah,
waiting.
and then two, how do y'all feel about her
Not
saying
being
that
able
she
to
don't
talk about. Okay.
I don't get to ask it. You go ahead and you ask it, baby.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, so
Go
I don't
ahead.
get
I'm
that.
sorry.
Trina, you will
Sometimes I
be
just get
dropped.
a
You're on
little
strike
carried away.
3.
Why, Tati?
But
What did
no,
I
Go
seriously, how
ahead,
do
do?
y'all feel
Duhboss.
about those two things? Remy hosting it and her saying that they're not allowed to take shots at her anymore.
Really quick, I'm gonna keep it real.
That's not
I
battle
don't like.
rap.
I don't. Well, that's what I was gonna say.
It is battle rap.
I don't co-sign the thing of like just because it's battle rap that gives you the right to say anything. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to be in the sport as an analyst, as a blogger, as a league owner, or just in the culture in general, You may be in a shooting range. I'm sorry. That's a part of the sport. You gotta take that.
Period.
And again, I understand why people feel the way that I understand why she feels the way she feels because she's like a lot of the stuff that's been said to her has been going viral. You know what I'm saying? So it's been pretty transcendent. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's the sport. That's the sport. And
Boss phone died. She'll be back.
yeah, I don't know, but I just think that's a part of the sport. And again, we're human, right? Nobody wants to be attacked or you know what I'm saying have their situation be made light of, but it's just a part of it, man. Like, and again, I
That's
can't I can't tell nobody how to feel, and I can't tell nobody how to run their business. But what I can
Right.
say is that I think it's a little bit. I think it's it's kind of unreasonable to think that nobody's going to say anything. Like you can say that,
that's
but they still going to say something. Like you can say that, but I still think that people are going to still, you know, say what they're going to say.
That's too emotional and non-business for me, especially being in battle rap. Like Smack, if you wanna you claim yourself competing with the best, because let's not forget, like she also like had them trying to bleep out like anytime they brought up URL and things like that. Um, you cannot sit there and like try to restrict what a person wants to say during a battle, being the league owner. I
I
feel
can if
like
this is on my league.
because because you can, but well, I won't say you can because you can, but I don't think it's right to do for battle rap, especially. Smackton literally had niggas mention him or diss him right there all these years, taking shots, whatever the case may be. Even None had a whole little segment to Smack, and he stood there and let it be because it is battle rap. Now, if he get booked or whatever after that, then that's different. But to say like, oh, if you bring me or my relationship or whatever the case is up, then I'm a fight back. It's like I thought she might have been trolling, but knowing just a little bit history,
Mm-hmm.
she was dead ass. I feel
Yeah, me too. I think she
she
was
was dead
serious.
ass. Like she was dead ass to me, and I think it's a corny play. Like let them say whatever they want. They're battling each other.
I
So
agree.
if you are in the mix of it and to any capacity, and you get mentioned, like how can you expect? You was just on blogs and all type of stuff, and this is your league that they're battling on. How are you expecting not to have any your name or your relationship, anything's mentioned, and you've been a part of some of the biggest controversies regarding the relationship?
Yeah. I
I
feel
agree with
like
everything you said.
yeah, literally. I feel like I don't see really anything wrong with her hosting the face off. I feel like this is my nigga. Like I'm hosting a face off, period. But I also feel like to try to put restrictions on what niggas could talk about is just gonna be another reason why people will not go over there to battle. So I mean, do what you want with your league, but if people know they can't talk about certain shit, I mean, you might not be getting as many battles as you want if they're battling easy. So that's my opinion.
All the NDAs and all that stuff, I just think it's corny. Like let them, like that's the sport of battle rap. Let them say what they want to say. Period.
It's
I
almost
don't
like a
like,
quick glimpse
and
of to
They're
what
good at boss, Tati.
it's
yeah, she's
almost like a quick glimpse of to and like this is what it is going to be in the industry because
in
you're
the
fucking
industry exactly, and I don't like that.
I was
Yeah.
also going to say that, like, in regards to the hosting of the face off, I don't necessarily have an issue with it, but I mean,
She was being biased.
not if, yeah, I was
Yeah, I'm
about to
about
say
to
not
say
if you're
that
gonna
I
say
don't
what
have an
bias
because
is.
issue.
usually, like, even
Right, that's what I'm saying.
it's
I
just
don't have an issue with her, and I hate that I
What do
missed
y'all
what some of
think?
y'all said. So I hope I want y'all to recap for me. Tati, give me a good recapitulation. But I don't. And it's not. I should have phrased it better. It's not actually with her hosting because I feel like before everything was public,
She was fine.
she hosted his.
Something wrong with her phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
that
but now
Twitter
that it
thing.
I
is
was
public, it's like, yeah, this my man. Like, what are y'all talking
I
Her
was
about?
gonna
phone
say
just was open.
I don't necessarily have an issue with it. Because
If y'all want
ARP
y'all man to
ARP used to
battle, then
host
set it
it.
up.
ARP used to host face offs, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really have an issue with a league owner hosting it, but I do feel like it runs smoother when it's like
A third
Not
someone
A
that is
party.
neutral
not
party. A neutral
yeah
party.
that's not
Hmm.
like the running the league. It usually works better when it's a black or if it's a froze or you know someone that's a neutral
Yeah.
party hosting it. You know.
yeah. I agree. It was biased to me. It was like they was damn near jumping him.
We gotta watch the
And
face
I
off
think
though.
they
I haven't
asked
I
better
watched it
think
yet. I
some
questions as
of
just been
it.
well.
I
seeing
ain't watched the
clips.
whole thing, but from what I
You
did
will
see
be
him,
later.
from, from what I did see, it's just like okay, y'all public with y'all relationship. We don't give a fuck. We here. We want to see
It
Suge and
was
Easy talk and stuff like that.
And
So
I feel
yeah.
like
it just
Easy
gave
knew
out
that
too
because that's
biased
why he
for
said
me.
keep it in the raps. Like get it back
It
in
was
the
a dope
And
raps.
conversation though.
him being the battler and him trying to even say like, no, I got something for him,
Yeah, yeah.
and her saying, nah, you my little nigga. I said what I said. Basically, is like, I don't know.
Yo, what if Remy jumping around?
Well, that's what she
That's
was
fire.
alluding to. Like, if somebody shoots at her, she's going to shoot back. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said
Uh,
it playfully.
Right. She
Right.
But
said I'm
She
a
but
said
rapper.
it playfully, but she was dead ass serious.
I think she
but
was
Yeah.
dead
she
ass.
do that, million views.
well, I was gonna say the thing about it is like she if she jumps in and no one said anything about her, then that then
Nah, that's
somebody
That's
can
definitely
have
dumb as
some.
hell.
crazy.
I'm about to say then someone can have like some bars in the tuck in case she jumps in. Then they can just fire off a whole clip because technically you enter yourself into the battle, so that could work. That could
Because I
work.
Mhm.
think she
I
was saying
feel
that she
like
was going to rebuttal if somebody said something.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Jumping, but doing stuff like even saying stuff like that, then not wanting to be in the battle, mentioned in the battle with your like
Mhm.
like that's absurd, man. It's absurd.
Going public with the as being in a relationship with the face of your league and then say what, but I don't want to be mentioned. Like that doesn't like you know what I'm saying? Like battlers angles
Not
is heavy.
trying to sit
Personals is a thing of battle rap. Like this
exactly.
that's a thing in the culture. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of agree with Froze's tweet as far as face offs go. There are people in the like
What
you
did
can
he
book
say? I'm
whoever you
sorry, I didn't see his. What did
you
he
okay?
say?
He was just saying if it's not me or Jay Black, and I think he gave Sue Surf a mention as well. Like the face offs don't go. The face offs basically they be too friendly. They not as good. They not giving face off tension and vibes for real. So he was basically just saying if it's not none of them who are or kind of fire at it, then just leave it alone. Just don't do face offs at all.
Do
No,
y'all
I
feel like
disagree with that.
she's like a little like well that's the first face off we've seen since like even though we already knew but since they've been public about their relationship, right?
Mhm.
So do y'all feel like she was a little bit more protective over Easy?
Like eggs.
Mm, I didn't get that
Like
like
See what I
eggs
did
feeling.
is
there, Tati?
crazy.
I don't
Yeah,
really get
crazy.
that feeling like it was a protective thing. I think it's more so she's defending herself because I know at the Geechee battle she wanted to say something but didn't. So
Yeah, I'm on your ass.
She
So that
told
is being
Suge that Suge
protective
be
though.
on
Mhm.
easy penis. She
I,
was she was
I don't
that
think it's
wasn't
more so
protecting
like an
herself.
easy thing though. I think it's more so of a like for herself, not really too much
How?
to
That's
She
not
told
she's not saying that about herself. She's saying that in defense of Easy.
oh, okay,
Saying
well.
that Suge is on his penis and stuff like that's crazy.
That's
Right.
insane.
No,
That
no, you
that is
have
I
wild.
to
ain't gonna
agree
lie. To
with
think I
him.
ain't gonna shoot at you after you say some shit like that. You're
after
crazy.
you said that to me,
Yeah,
like
I
what am
know
I supposed to
Suge
do?
added like half a round for her.
And if she do
That's a
stop
fact,
the
nigga.
like really if she does try to stop him from saying stuff towards her including her in anything, that's just really just watering down the battle of what it could potentially be. You
Right.
don't know, like regardless of if she liked Geechee mentioning her or speaking on her or whatever
Yeah,
during
not
their
having a
round and
problem with
stuff, it's
that is
like
crazy.
no, if she did feel some type of way about it, right? It's like
Hmm.
business wise, that battle still did what
It was
it
supposed to
needed
do.
to
It
Uh-huh.
do. It
exceeded for
still
real, for
hello,
real.
Trina.
I'm sorry. I'm agreeing.
It it still went like it still went viral. It still went mainstream, regardless of if it was towards you or not, and him or your relationship, whatever. It still did what it needed to do business wise, right? You do want your battles to go as high as possible. So trying to restrict anybody else from doing that is like a little bit more detrimental to your brand. I feel like as far as the battles, not saying it can't still be a good battle, but just restricting them is like, what are you doing here? If this is business, we
I
also
got a
like
question.
y'all said, we also do personals and battle rap. So
That's a fact. Now I ain't gonna hold you. It could get insane. Like let's say Suge threw that Remy and he breaking the building. He going crazy on Easy and Remy, right? Breaking the building. What if Remy just pocket tap him and like run me my deposit back? I feel like the run. If she got like a bar and then she pocket tap Suge, nah, she might that will break the bill. That ain't gonna cap. Delete this space just in
Girl,
case you
stop giving them.
listening in a
No, girl, you know
yeah.
they
Yeah, you
already
stay
Just
doing
gave
anonymous.
a whole
that.
You
idea.
know they
Like, you
already
good?
anonymous. Now,
That's
why we
all.
say that? Now, when it
Nah, cause
happens,
I was just picturing that in my mind. I'm
now
like,
when it
nah, that kind of
happens,
wild.
And
when
now
I'm keeping
somebody,
this
yeah, it's
space
over.
up, when it happened, they know where it came from because you know they be anonymous now. You know that. You should have said that, giving ideas and stuff. Now, give Sugar an idea.
I did already.
The
Oh.
Nah,
boss.
it's all set.
Nah,
I'm
I'm
all
just
set.
playing. I'm just playing.
No, I
But
did
no,
already.
do y'all? So did the face offs change anything? Like, do y'all still got who y'all
I
got?
I
Easy,
mean,
didn't see
Suge.
it yet.
I,
I don't think it's
I
fair to
like
discuss it if everyone didn't see it.
I like their conversation though. I mean, I like the fact that
Karina, get out of the bag.
I think Suge did a good job of just talking about, look, man, I know the last few battles ain't been what it's supposed to be, but when it comes to these like mega situations, I usually handle these accordingly, and I feel like he has a case in saying that because like the ASAP performance was electrifying, man. Like he you don't just win two bodies of the year, what I'm saying, awards without having that type of danger. You know what I'm saying? I do wish this battle had happened sooner. Um, but at the same time, in Jersey, you know what I'm saying. I don't have no reason to think that that we're going to see the best shit we've seen in quite some time. So I mean, I actually like the conversation. I like the conversation. Made me want to watch the battle a little bit more. I'm still going to edge easy to once ever so slightly. Um, just because I got to go with the hot hand here, but I wouldn't be surprised if she'll pull this one out just because this is the one he's been wanting, and I do think he's going to be a lot more amped up than he has before.
I got Suge, 2-1. A lot of people are doubting him, and I think that's just like lighting
Yeah,
fire to him. And he's also at home in Jersey. I feel like he's not going to disappoint with a home game. And like I think Suge is going to be on 100. I think he dislikes like how everybody is doubting him, like he haven't already, you know what I'm saying, made his claim to battle rap.
I'm also go with Suge, and I'm rooting for Suge. I think he can be very, very, very dangerous. And like you said, like at any given moment, like I know he's been on a little bit of a slump or whatever for the past couple battles, but at any point in time, this nigga can explode and have a body of the year contender, like you said, also. And I do want to say with Remy saying that shit in the face off, I feel like it looked like it kind of discouraged him from wanting to say certain stuff, like just for the sake of like I don't know pleasing
Yeah, it
somebody.
was the facial
Yeah, for
expressions.
like the sake of pleasing somebody, for lack of better terms. But I hope Easy did talk to her like, no, that's not what we do in battle rap. Because he even seemed to be like, nah, what you doing? Like I got this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't think that was cool at
She
all.
should already know she was in battle rap before his
And yeah,
ass.
but not battle rap, not the sport. He was
That's
in the
true,
art.
but she didn't been to enough smack events.
Hmm. But yeah, um, yeah.
but the thing about it is, Suge might not even dive into that bag a lot because from what he was saying, he says this situation between me and Easy go way back before what I'm saying, Easy had his first push. Like he's talking like 2014, 2013. So I don't know. Maybe there's
But
some other
I
stuff
think
he's
he'll
gonna
be
touch
doing
on.
himself a disservice though if he don't. Like utilize everything at your disposal for real. Like if you got the opportunity, then seize it. Like fuck all of that. Like use everything, every angle you can, every little bit of ammo you
Duhboss,
got.
I'm
Shoot
sick of
that
your
bit.
phone. Sorry, guys.
What happened?
Your best friend phone just chirping.
Oh yeah, just leave her in the speaker.
It's too late.
You know who you got?
For what?
Suge and Easy.
Debatable. I feel like Easy's the better writer, but I mean, as of late, I mean, I don't know. Suge would have those moments like what he did versus Ace, where he's like,
Or
"Nah,
Chess.
this is like, yeah, this is okay. He's a force to be reckoned with." And then the same with Easy, like he was kind of trying to get over losing back to back to Geechee and Clips, and
I gotta
uh,
make a call real quick. Keep the convo to a minimum.
for
Okay, we
sure.
got you.
Um, and then he
To a
wild out like
minimum
he
is
did versus
hilarious.
Ill Will. That's hilarious. But yeah, he did what he did versus Ill Will. So
Was it hilarious whenever I had your back and then you disregarded me?
When you had my back?
You know I'm talking to
Why you
you.
Y'all,
I would
talking
Eunice
never
to?
be
was giving
talking to
his
you.
breakdown, y'all.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Well, I'm not that sorry, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
appreciate the honesty. I think whatchamacallit, Easy after wilding out versus Ill Will, I think he's like back motivated to, catch clear wins. So I call it debatable. I think Suge is gonna really show up for this one. If I really had to call a winner, I'm gonna say Suge.
Okay.
Edge, but with an edge. Not no, I
Yeah,
don't
I
think it's
got
gonna
him
be clear.
edging as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it's 200
moving it.
away.
They're moving it to a stage now. It was pit style, and they said they was moving it to a stage. Do y'all Suge and Easy seem kind of conflicted on who that helped more?
I feel like it
Suge
helped
is
Suge
One of
always
y'all.
on the
Should
big
get
stage.
crazy on the
Suge get
stage.
crazy on the big stage.
Sounds
Nah,
kind of, I don't
Suge
know.
has so many special moves, man. The dunk, the pocket
Hmm.
tap, what's your life like, random. Like, he has so many special moves,
He
man.
gets busy.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one a little bit.
I'm gonna be a
Yeah, people was
little.
like really playing this battle, but this is really a really good battle under the
Yeah,
circumstances.
yeah. I might pull up. We'll see.
I'm still going with
I
Suge,
think
but I think Easy gonna be good too, cause
Yeah.
Easy great on the big stage as well.
Ray
But
Tati, you good?
yeah,
Suge
that's
just
all I was
got
gonna
more
say.
And,
Like
and
hits.
even
Easy go
and
crazy
even
on
when
the
he do
Both
stage.
of them
lose,
do.
he don't die.
Nah,
Yeah, I'm about to say I think Easy get crazy on the big stage too. I also feel like I don't know. I feel like Suge is it's a weird predicament, right? Because I feel like it's so much at his disposal. If he loses, it's kind of sad. Like I'm just being
Yeah.
honest. It's like you have a lot of material to work with. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I I low key hate that he even alluded to whatever history that him and Easy have that Easy may not be privy to because now that raises Easy's antennas and now he finna
Hmm.
go digging in his past. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather him just sprung that on him in the battle, whatever it was, and caught him off guard with it, rather than Easy now trying to figure that out. And maybe he finds it and maybe he doesn't. But I feel like Suge got so much material at his disposal that it could, you know what I'm saying, work against them. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
if
think
it's
that
not
And you
yeah.
properly
already
I
know that
think,
executed.
Especially
Easy
Easy
gonna
being a
counter
good
right.
counter writer. Like
yeah.
Yep.
that was not a good
Definitely.
idea.
He's definitely gonna do that.
I also think
Has
Exactly.
Suge ever been known to be like a decent angler?
well, I was gonna say that because I think he's done a good job of it, but not to like the extent of like Igichi or T Top or anything like that. Because I think of like the when he had the Av battle right after that situation or whatever, he did great, but I didn't think he like really got at Av on the angling tip like that in comparison to like T Top what T Top did. And like the Kid Slade situation, I thought he did really good in that battle, but I don't think he really like nailed that topic like that. He kind of just made great bars out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, and
And
sometimes that's
that's what
all you
he's
really
good at, Lynn. That's what he's
right,
good at.
and that's all you
Yeah.
need to do to win the battle. You know what I'm saying? It don't even have to
Yeah.
necessarily be like, damn, he really broke Easy down. It's like, damn, that was a fire bar about this situation. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah, I
oh,
definitely don't need him to focus on just like angling, like just being a pure angler. Like I need him to do what he does best and just shine like that. Because like you said, that's what he does good. Like he takes whatever the angle is and make good bars out of it and relatable.
yeah,
Also, personally, I think that like a lot of people got so much love and respect for like Remy and shit, like they ain't gonna go all out like they could. There's only a few battlers that would do that, like Agichi. Like I feel like a lot of them would tiptoe around it, they probably make a bar or something about it, but they ain't gonna go to
And
the
you also
full
don't want to
extent.
squander opportunities.
Yeah,
I
especially
ain't
on
gonna
first
hold you. The
stage.
Easy battle Arsenal, we gonna everything in the worst possible ways.
In the worst way.
So I definitely think Suge is gonna be one of the ones that tiptoe around it. So it's really gonna just be about who got the better material.
I don't think so.
No, I kind of got that vibe from him in the face off. Like, yeah, I really don't even want to go there with you. You know, you sis type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that
When
for
you
him. So I hope
already
he
on
shake that
that
shit
shit
off.
don't
Get it
matter.
together.
How y'all feel about the rest of the card though? I think the rest of the card is kind of dope.
You would say that. What's the rest of the
Is
card?
the is
Oh,
the is the flyer up there? Cause I don't know it by heart, and I
You
don't want to
got
be that nigga.
you got Ill Will and Sharon, which I think is a dope battle. I
I
like
kind of
the
like that one.
All right, one by one. Cause I think Will is gonna smoke Sharon because he got
I
a
can't say
body.
that with recent transactions. I
Will
can't
got a chip on his shoulder
for
right now. He know
sure
he ain't been who he's supposed to be
for
at the
sure,
moment.
but it's tough because he he did good first bill, but he still choked in that
Taty the
battle
boss
too.
dropped again.
Girl, I ain't playing with you no more.
But
I got the whole card. I could put it in a jumbotron, guys. Give me a second. But
Nazir,
No,
don't
you
eat
can
that
DM it to
bread.
them.
Let me finish
okay.
to
Do
say
do
what's
y'all
up.
think if Shuni clears Mike P, do y'all think that that does anything for Shuni? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Mike P not an easy person to win
yeah,
against.
yeah.
Same. That's
Taty,
what
you
I say.
okay over there?
Mike P's writing and angling and rapping
Uh-huh.
ability.
This is
I think Shuni get a clip. Huh?
I was just gonna say I think that this was just this year has been one of her best put together years she's had. The Danny Myers battle, the E Hart battle, you know what I'm saying, the battle with Arce, even if you want to say that was debatable or whatever, but like no real turbulence, really solid performance, really good moments. I feel like she's had a good year this
Yep.
year. And that would be great momentum going into next year if she's able to take that momentum and go into the battle with Mike P and get a win over Mike P when Mike P hasn't really taken clear losses in a while. So it means something.
I agree. I think it's a good. Well, Mike P ain't battled in a minute either, but I,
Since you're
I, I
here.
like the style clash of it. But yeah, I think that's a good test for Shuni. And I actually I do have Shuni winning. I ain't gonna cap. I think Shuni gonna bark on Mike.
Love
I'm
me some Shoney,
I
but
think that
definitely got Mike. I definitely
I
got Mike
will
too.
I
say,
got Shuni. I think the angles,
yeah,
like just everything she can say from a woman's point of view
hmm
is
yeah.
about to be totally different than even how we heard Geechee, and we know what Geechee did, but you know what I'm saying? Even Ryder and all of them. Like, I think the woman's point of view is about to go crazy on him. I'm not gonna lie. I can
talk
see it.
Tati. Now
It
has
might,
Shuni had the opportunity to call somebody a white bee yet, or is this gonna be the first time?
Vixen, because she was playing off
I
of
was
that
gonna say.
angle. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Vixen.
Well,
So
she may switch it
Why
up.
the
He
hell was
might
I
be you
thinking this?
Italian bee. He might be an Italian bee then.
That'll be the first.
That nigga's like a Portuguese bee or something like that.
But
Either
I,
way,
We
I
don't know
got
what the
Shuni.
fuck you are, bitch. I would go crazy. Yep, do it,
No,
Shuni.
I got it. Like Tati said, when a woman hit them same, like, it's just different. And the type of vitriol and aggression and delivery that Shuni spit with, even her defense, while they be rapping, I got Shuni in this one. I ain't gonna cap. Ew.
I do hope that the prep is okay for her because I don't know how long in advance she's had this battle book. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
She's taking on a lot of tasks at once, but but at the same time, I tend to give battlers the benefit of the doubt until I see something different. You know what I'm saying? So far she's been doing all right. So I don't want to use that as a measuring stick. I have Shuni 2-1 as well too, but I can't act like this isn't a short turnaround because it is, especially for students. So we're gonna see.
And what did y'all say? Did y'all already do Ill Will and Sharon?
Nah, we kind of leaped over that. I think it's a dope battle. I think that
I'm
I
going
want
Sharon. I don't know what you
I'm about
signed
to
about.
say
I'm going Sharon.
it's a dope battle, but it will as of late. The Averb performance was fire. You know what I'm saying? But the
The who?
easy performance and then the Bill performance, even though he was explosive, he choked in that
And then
battle
the
too.
pain performance before that, I ain't gonna hold you. 1 out of 5 battles ain't it for me. I'm going with Sharon. And I
Sharon's been
like
more
Ill
consistent
Will.
too.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going with Sharon with a clear 2-1.
But it's tough because like we say the same thing about Suge though, right? When Suge's at his best, how dangerous he can get. But Will is it's tough. I'm gonna edge Sharon because I feel like Sharon is always potent. You know what I'm saying? I think last year he was, or this year he's been great. You know what I'm saying? I think they both can freestyle, but Sharon does it a little bit better too. I'm gonna edge Sharon, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one of those back and forth battles. You know what I'm saying? I think Will knows what type of battle this is, so hopefully he's not playing time.
And he knew it. I just watched it, man. Listen, I love Ill Will. Ill Will, my top five most dangerous battlers of all time, and best
Yeah,
all around battlers of
yeah,
all time. But I just watched him choke against Bill at the crib at
yeah.
home. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
don't know what
watched him
that's
get
about.
30.
After his performance with Easy right before that.
Yeah,
Exactly. And then even
yeah,
if you like what he did versus Verb, he got 30 by Pain right before that. So it's
yeah.
like I'm all set, man. I'm going. He got to show me now. If I'm wrong and I lose the prediction, it is what it is. But I got Sharon and not Edge. I got Sharon with a clear blackjack.
I got Sharon too, unfortunately. But
I
I got
I hope
Sharon,
Will
but
completely
prove
I'm
me
not
forgot
wrong.
surprised if
about that
Will.
Pain battle.
Yeah, I'm not mad at someone because I have Sharon too, but I can't act like Will can go in there and like that thing on
It
fire.
ain't what he can. It ain't
I
about what
hope
he
he
can
does.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want him to win. I'm rooting for him, but it ain't the data ain't don't support it right now.
Will
Maybe,
got a
maybe,
chip on his shoulder. I'm pretty sure he knows what's been being said about him and Sharon.
maybe.
The
He
same
knew
stuff
that.
that
He
was
knew that
said.
after him and Easy battle though.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe New Year, New Will. We'll see. Hopefully, but Sharon has been cooking from from the beginning to the end, so he's a safe bet.
Yeah, there's a safe bet.
What y'all doing with Cortez and King is anything to me.
I'm
It's
good
not
on it.
though. The boss don't do that.
It is to me. And listen, I know I'm gonna be honest. That's why I said to
That's
me
not
that battle is
anything.
anything to me, and I got King.
King with a body.
No,
I
it's not
love King. That's my brother.
a
I don't
He
have it
body.
never
as
has
a body
movement.
because I think Cortez can actually rap good. I'm not gonna
Yeah, I'm
cap
about to say
to
I
you,
ain't
but
going with nobody now.
The
That's a bit
body is
much, but I,
crazy.
I got
I
King winning.
my biasness to King in Detroit in the Midwest. I got a body. I've never really been a fan of Cortez, anyways. So it's clear body.
Cortez actually been a little bit well rested, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I had King 2-1, but I will say this though. I don't think this is just a money grab for Cortez because the way he's talking about King and the way he respects him and like has studied his battles and stuff like that, a lot of veterans just take up and cover and just, whatever. But he's actually, you know what I'm saying, studying King. And I feel like I don't know. He might show King the ropes a little bit. Who knows? But I have King 2-1. I feel like he's been just too explosive, bar for bar wise. One of my favorite
yeah,
newer guys. You know what I'm saying? I got King 2-1, but I think that's going to be a dope battle. It is a dope measuring stick battle because a lot of people was calling for
I
King and Danny, but I think King and Cortez would
King
say,
just went through a tournament and won against people that I think can arguably beat Cortez too.
"Oh man,
I think listen, I think Cortez is very much a challenge for him as much as like everybody try to downplay Cortez and
right,
shit like that. But Cortez is absolutely a challenge. For real. The
100%,
nigga can rap. He can deliver. Like he just when he just upset the whole tournament, like I think people forget, like
yeah,
even
official."
call him what you want, do what you want, but I don't understand where the matchup came from per se, but I do get like the battle, like
It was
why he
supposed to
would battle
be.
someone.
So
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the okay. So I just wanna rely on data. So I'm just saying
I mean,
as
yeah,
of
I mean,
as of
that's
the
what I'm
most
saying.
as of the most recent few years, the new guys have been making a highlight reel out of Cortez.
So
So I'm just saying, Ace, I mean, Clutch, and Ace, him and Ace was years ago, so I know Ace is not a new guy now. But I'm saying him and Ace, him and Clutch, him and Swerve. It's somebody else I'm forgetting too. Like I feel like the newer guys have been coming up off of Cortez recently. Now he did upset the tournament with beating official, no cap, but that was a minute ago as well. So I'm just saying, I just his track record with the new guys is not that good. So
yeah.
with King being a new guy, like we have our gatekeepers, DNAs, and John Johns and things like that, where we
And
know you
Cortez.
and Quartet. But the difference is he don't keep the gate good. He be letting people through it.
It's a couple. But to the boss's point, as of recent years, he has, he's missed on the mark a couple times, but but at the same time, he has set some people down though. for
No,
sure.
he has, but that's what I'm saying. Right now, the
But
data
he's
don't
missed the mark.
support it. I just like to be fair. I
Yeah,
know it come across
yeah.
whatever, but the data is what the data is, man. So is nothing tells me to go with Cortez in this battle. So I for sure got King.
I still got King too, but I just think y'all like just
And
should.
it's on the stage too. If it's on the stage, I do think veteran. You know what I'm saying? Presence. That could play a role too.
That's
I
a
do
good
think
point.
that
That's a good point.
it's a different battle if it's on the stage 100%. Because Cortez has actually been on the stage a few times actually, and I think he has a way of using his charisma to his what I'm saying, in the battle, what I'm saying? So, and then King is very energetic. I think his energy and his performance and pacing is going to help him a lot. But there's just other things, other intangibles you don't know you don't have until you battle a person that
Right.
has it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep, I agree with that. Nope, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. What y'all doing with Tex, Sago, and McMyron?
I
Why am I
I got
still not that familiar with Tex?
Texas fire, man. Him versus Riggs was dope. Him versus Jay Moore was dope. I think he's a breath of fresh air. 'Cause I think his
I got
style is
Tex.
pretty different. I
I'm
got
sick
Texas
of
too.
Mac.
But
You said
Mac,
what? Taty?
I said I have Tex. I'm sick of Mac, and I don't even like Tex. But all personal aside,